Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Just got back from the trip at my friend Doug's house where we installed the Rel 25. Got loads of material filmed there and really interesting stuff with that DS speaker, using that in and out, some A/B testing, blind testing, measurable, lots of measurements. But it's going to take me a while to put together all those videos and snapshots, as well as some of the crazy fun stuff we did too. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. This will be the only place you hear 70s porn music and tantric sex music used to test audio equipment. And I'll do some of the audiophile stuff too, but you're going to want to stay tuned for that. I just got to put together all these excerpts over a 2-day period. But what I wanted to do is unload one other thing I filmed while I was there, was a visit to Wilson Audio in New Orleans. Now, not to be confused with Wilson Audio Speakers, this is a dealership that's been in business for 50 years. They were around, called Wilson Audio, before the speaker company. And for a brick and mortar to be in business for 50 years, that tells you something. Now, they've been in business for 50 years in New Orleans, which is a different market, different budget profile and demographic than Houston. So they carry a lot of different stuff than the friends at 3MA that I've featured a lot. So if you're in that budget range where, you know, more along the lines of the 3MA stuff, the MBLs, Burmester, Rockport, all those things are a little bit past your budget range, join the crew. There's lots of people like that. Wilson Audio kind of specializes, such as Rogue Audio, really great tube stuff. Maggie's, you know, if you made Maggie's in the right room, right setup with some subs, you can get really high-end performance. If you like the British sounds, they're very well, they're experts in all those brands, Harbeth, Spendor. ARC, Audio Research, they've been a dealer since the beginning. So nobody knows more about ARC stuff than them, especially the legacy stuff. So if you want to get a good deal on some of that legacy stuff, I saw an LS5 when I was there, lots of things that I lusted after when I was new to the hobby. They still carry that kind of stuff, get it in on trade because they have so many legacy customers for stuff they sold forever. Headphones and other things that I'll feature in this video. So I want to just go ahead and share that video with you first. That other stuff will be to come. And luckily, this video I filmed at Wilson Audio, I really don't have to edit it. So hope you enjoy and be back soon with a lot more.
You know, a fancy schmancy brand, an amazing pair of headphones.
And the B&Ws seem to be very popular too.
We sell a grip of those. And then on the high end, we have Odyssey. But
I've had an Odyssey pair before. They're heavy, but yeah, nice.
Most of the Grados we sell, they go to music industry people.
Is that right? Yeah. They've always had the cool vintage look to them. A lot of value.
We'll sell them 4 pairs at a time to somebody who's got like a studio time booked or something like that.
That's cool. What do you have here?
So here we've got just a little station for you to enjoy the headphones.
Right.
We got a Rogue tube-enabled headphone amp,
that's
as well
cool.
as a little head box from Project, you know, a little more affordable.
Right.
And then our source for this is a Blue Sound Node.
Yeah.
That way we can just throw an iPad to our clients and let them pick whatever they want.
And your little desktop, these are like Maggie?
We do. We got the desktop Maggies, which are still
you
going strong
rarely
with
see
them.
those, yeah. That's badass. How much do those sell for?
These guys go for a kit with 2 of the speakers, and then I don't know if you can see with the camera, there's a bass panel down there.
Oh, yeah.
And then all together, I think that goes for $1,500, but I might have to check on that.
So you really do get almost full range from this. When you add up the bass panel, you're almost like an LRS.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And, I mean, they work in near field, but they also work at a pretty good distance. So for like an executive office, this is a fantastic option.
No, and a lot of your desks are always in the middle of your office, in the room anyway, and that's what open baffle likes, you know,
Right.
the room to breathe. So yeah,
That's the thing about a Magnepan. It sounds pretty much the same whether
Yeah.
you're in front of it or
behind it, same thing. Cool.
Pretty neat. We generally have some used gear, and the staff will try to pick whatever they're most excited about. I absolutely love that Stereo 100 from Rogue Audio at the bottom.
Yeah, Rogue gives you a lot of value, and y'all been dealers forever with them.
And then this V70, you know, to anybody who wants that audio research sound.
The legacy sound is the legacy looks too. That's what I like. Toggle switches. Really cool.
Grab bars, rack ears.
Yeah.
Audio research doesn't cut corners. It might not be the prettiest gear, maybe not as pretty as Macintosh, but
Yeah.
they really put the effort into the sound.
And they hold their value pretty good. What is this up here?
You know, this is just a little piece of kit that we wanted to show the public. This is an old Nordost cable burn machine. And we offer cable burn-in services for people who buy premium cables.
Every connector.
Yep. And we can basically give like 4 years of cable burn over the course of a weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
They're pretty rare. You know, it's not going to appeal to everybody, but it is pretty neat.
Yeah, obviously, but yeah, that's cool. At least you offer it. And then we got, I don't think I videoed this earlier, but HRS racks are killer. And
in addition to their isolation boards, they also make full racks.
The full, yeah.
That full isolation.
I saw them at the Home Entertainment Show did go off this year in LA, and I went to that, Long Beach. So I have a video. You can take a look at that, where I went to that.
I'd make it out to LA for NAMM, but I don't actually get to go to like CES and stuff like that.
This has always been y'all thing, is always having all the brochures on the wall. It's always cool, so you can see the front.
No, but I always tell our reps is I can't follow a customer home and tell them how good a product is, but those can.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of your.
So this is our home theater room.
Yeah.
We run a true Dolby Atmos 11.2.4. I'll put our theater against any theater in the state. Got a couple
Cool
of,
stuff.
yeah, that original Barbarella poster is my
Yeah,
favorite.
that's definitely eye-catching. James Dean, Clockwork Orange. I just saw some people dressed like that for Halloween. That was a cool costume.
I see a lot of Alex's on Clockwork or on Halloween, but I've never seen a Slim Pickens.
Yeah,
I would love that.
That would be cool. Yeah. So you got a JL audio?
So yeah, JL, who kind of cut their teeth in car and marine.
Yeah.
They make a phenomenal subwoofer now, and in addition to these JL Fathoms, we have this external crossover.
That's
unit.
what they're really known for, is a really good high quality crossover.
And what this makes sure is that you are not stacking any of the frequency band, but you don't have any divots or holes in it either.
Right. That's what is all often problematic, is mating the sub to the main floor stand. And this is a serious crossover piece. Really nice.
I'm not 100% sold on room correction systems.
Okay.
But I absolutely love that external crossover for what it does to keep it fat but controlled.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, people are starting to warm up to various room corrections. I use Dirac, but yeah, it's a slow process.
Anthem seems to have one of these.
And they have one too.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of vinyl still.
It's kind of generic. I know most people have a copy of Sgt. Pepper's, but
Yeah.
I wanted to get stuff that we know would sell.
Yeah. And I know forever y'all have loved Jennifer Warren's stuff.
I mean, anybody who listens to her enough falls in love. She's an
killer.
amazing singer.
Yeah.
This is another one, Phoebe Snow. I don't think these younger cats know
No,
about
yeah.
her, but oh my God.
Great stuff, yeah. I'll have to feature some of her stuff on a video. Yeah, I love Jim Morrison. I've got him featured on my channel page. This is some more used gear here
So
too.
this is all used gear, and plenty of it American. Some audio research. We got some Rogue audio, and we have some Golden Tube.
Nice.
And then
Yeah, this is quality stuff. Yeah, these Rogues really punch much higher than their price point.
that voltage swing, it makes it hard to believe that it's 100 watts.
Yeah, they always seem more powerful, and like nobody ever complains really about a Rogue audio piece, you know?
You know, one of my favorite things that Rogue makes is going to be basically this amplifier with an all-tube preamp ahead of it, right over here, the Cronus Magnum. And this is kind of one of our kind of gateways into hi-fi audio.
Right.
Because you're 100% tubed, American made, and you know, regardless of your budget, I don't think any audiophile could wave a finger at this thing.
Yeah, it's, like I said, nobody's ever really going to complain about it. You know, it's just does the job so well. Works with a variety of products and looks great.
It does. It does. And at this price point, it's pretty comparable to getting a used set of separates.
Compared to the Chinese crap that comes in the tubes, you know, to try to look good and not really reliable, this to me is a much better value.
And then there's some other little things about it. KT120 is the good kind of generic. They're very available. There's a lot of places to find them. Same with 12AU7, 12AX7.
Right.
You see these in guitar amps.
Exactly, yeah. So you're not going to be, you know, spending a fortune keeping this up. No, it's a beautiful piece.
And we keep it in here with the Magnepans on purpose.
Always
they
the
get
Maggies,
a bad
yes.
rep about being thirsty.
Yeah,
And it
and
lets
show
us
that,
show off
yeah.
the power of that Rogue.
Well, I was a Maggie guy for many, many years. Just for the value, you can't beat them hardly, you know?
Also for stuff like jazz standards, Miles Davis.
Right, as long as you're
John
not trying to
Coltrane.
play rap music and blow out the volume. Yeah, they're just beautiful speakers.
I have experimented, and believe it or not, with the subwoofer Daft Punk.
Well,
Pretty
sounds good.
great, fantastic on these, and you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, nice. And y'all had the 20.7s in here too, huh? At one point.
At one point, we even were one of the stops that Wendell made with the 30.7.
Oh, I wish I would have seen that. Yeah,
And,
that's cool.
I got to give it to Wendell, man. He's not a spring chicken
Yeah, and still going
per
out
se,
there.
and he's still going out there by himself to
Well, don't they have
do
something now even advanced past the 30.7? I heard. Is that
They're working on it.
Okay.
I mean, the 30.7s are 4 panels, and they
know.
almost look like a room divider.
Well, I heard they're actually doing a pistonic driver now. That's what I
would be
heard.
new.
Yeah, that's what I heard they're working on. And what's the story behind this?
Well, everybody on staff here is a musician.
Gotcha.
That's why we love this. And
Yeah.
sometimes when the store's a little slow, me and the
play a
owner
little.
will,
Okay.
pull a guitar or two and noodle a little bit.
Nice. No, and that's a big part of being in the hobby. You know, you don't have to be a musician, but definitely people that are musicians have an appreciation that others don't. Still carrying straight wire and stuff.
We are absolutely, including the straight wire crescendo that our founder, Doug Wilson, helped create.
Yeah, he used to make his own cables too. Is this one?
We still do,
Okay.
and honestly, a lot of our stuff, other than the ultra premium like Nordos and,
Okay.
and straight wire crescendo, a lot of our best cable is made in house.
Yeah, I've bought some from Doug that he made himself. Yeah, they were really great.
When I started here, it was very important to Mr. Wilson that I learned how to properly terminate cables.
I've got these straight wire Blue Thunder. That's what these are, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
For amplifiers, it's
Yep.
a fantastic option.
I've got those on my Macintosh system still. I've had them for maybe 20 years. Y'all been selling those, huh? Yeah, these are beautiful Sonos Faber.
This is where we entertain the fancies. But
This is actually a great, I mean, people that are watching this video can't appreciate how good this room sounds, you know. And it used to be another dealership owned it, but they had it orientated differently. That wasn't really as good as the way it's set up now. This is a very good sounding room. Especially when you talk about retail establishments, they're mainly just like concert play. I mean, like retail. They're not really designed with walls and ceilings to emulate the home.
well, this is something that always helps us start an important conversation. The room is the fifth Beatle. It's the part of the setup that a lot of people just don't consider, and it has such a strong influence on your sound.
Yeah, amen to that, of course. Now, is this that band pass sub that y'all do?
This is actually, that was from
Oh, that's a
Vault,
Paradigm,
and that's
okay.
the somewhat local guy out of Baton Rouge, but this
Okay.
is just an older Paradigm.
Paradigm, okay, yeah. Y'all still sell that one that the local guy makes?
We do,
Okay.
yeah. Fully ported, fantastic sound.
Now, Guy locally makes these too, or?
Yeah, this is actually one of our favorite clients. He designed and built these himself from hand. He explained a lot of the science behind them. A lot of it went over my head. But you'll notice that they're sitting at different depths.
Right.
And that's how it creates the sound. And it's not soundproofing, it's just meant to manage standing waves.
Well, I actually bought one the last time I was in town. It's been years since I've been in town. I bought one from this guy. I repainted it, but it was so powerful. I had to be careful where I put it because I only had one. And so putting it in one part of the room versus another, that's how I knew how powerful it was. It was influencing things. So, yeah, these things are legit, but you got to be careful.
Those and a couple of cylindrical bass traps in the corners of the room.
Yeah,
They really
ASC
do
2
wonders.
traps. These are all ASC or these are handmade too?
These, I couldn't tell you. The truth is, some of them could be older than I am.
Okay, yeah. ASC we usually put, this one I think is. Yep, this is an ASC 2 trap right here.
We've had a
These
lot
are really cool. They've seen better days looks wise, but yeah, those are legit in terms of what they do. And then you've got the Harvest well, the Spendor mainly is what you'll carry.
So right now we are a Spendor and Harbeth dealer, but
Okay.
right now we have these BC1s used.
The legendary.
I can offer an awesome price on it. The best recommendation I can give about these is that our founder, Doug
Right,
Wilson,
Doug-
this is what he has.
These aren't his though,
No.
but these are the
No,
second
these are
pair.
a different pair, but they are phenomenally sounding and capture that BBC sound spec perfect.
Right.
And then we have a more modern SP2 here.
Mhm.
And what we love about this series is out of all of the classic series Spendors, this is the one that seemed to be the most flexible.
Hmm.
So you can put this on a digital amp, on a solid state amp, you're still going to sound really good. Good
Yeah.
option.
No, and I owned Spendors in the past. I owned the S9. That was a phenomenal sounding speaker with classical music and jazz and just anything acoustic sounded so great. But you got to go with these older ones, I think, with Spendor. I'm not as big a fan with the newer stuff, but this stuff is killer.
Well, they made the Bextreme drivers, which are kind of hard to make. That's why we don't see it very often
Gotcha.
anymore. But
Okay.
That's what gives that sweet warmth in the mid band.
That nobody else can duplicate almost. Yeah, just these. So this, what would y'all sell this BC1 for?
So this pair of PC1s, which they have a couple of nicks here and there,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are used, is only $1,800.
Yeah, that's-
and they are 100% functional.
Yeah.
Everything's very thoroughly vetted before it hits the floor.
You A/B test this, guys, against any $1,800 speaker nowadays. Yeah. Because this is pretty much reference at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's a great little deal. And then what do you got over here?
Well, we've got some 700 series B&Ws with the Continuum driver and the decoupled Diamond Dome tweeters.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
We've got some Paradigms, and honestly, these kind of stand out, for a reference room. They're simply too large to fit anywhere else in the store. You could realistically drive a stage with these.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 dedicated 8-inch drivers just for the low end, and then a 6.5 mid-range and a tweeter.
So it's a
These
three-way, 3.5, I guess.
2.5.
2.5 way,
technically.
technically, okay.
Rear ported, but powerful like a gorilla. And these are also brand new factory sealed $1,800.
Wow.
So tons of value there.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to tell you the right or wrong way to listen to your music. And if you want to listen to it at 11,
Yes,
it's Spinal
these will
Tap.
kick. Yeah, those will kick. That's cool. And you got some, are these real traps or these are also ones that were made on your own?
So these are actual bot traps.
These look like real traps, the Ethan Weiner traps.
I believe
I've got
these
these
came out
too.
of a studio when
Okay.
it closed.
Yeah, then it's probably real traps by Ethan Weiner. Those are really good. Nice. In fact, I might send my friend Doug over here. He needs a little more treatment in his room, and maybe he can pick up some of these. Turntable, this Oracle is nice.
It's one of the best in the...
What cartridge you have
lands.
on there?
Right now it's just wearing an Audiophone 2M Blue, which I know sounds silly,
Yeah,
but we had to do that in order to accommodate the phono preamp that was in here, and it has since been sold.
okay.
But this is back when they were still doing the SME conical arms,
Yeah.
which are no longer available, unfortunately. You've got your push button speed control, your hung and sprung suspension, and over here is the external power supply to make sure that there's no magnetic influence on the soundstage.
It's a beautiful turntable.
This
What do
is-
these retail for?
The standard one goes for, I think, about 16,000. This is the reference model with the solid granite plinth, so it's a little bit more.
Gotcha. No, it's beautiful for sure. And Oracle's been around forever.
I found out at one point we were the top dealer
Uh-huh.
for Oracle in the U.S.
Really?
But I think that just speaks to them needing more dealers in the U.S.
But yeah, I mean, Jesus, they've been around for, God, well into the 80s or even 70s, I think.
What I love about them is they don't put out a shiny new model every year.
Right,
Just
so
to
you
do
don't-
it. When they put out a new product, it's been developed for years.
That's what I do like about them. Yeah. Yeah, you don't always have to have upgrade fever because they added an eye or whatever to everything.
Right.
An R-ender.
So that is kind of the polar opposite of a fancy turntable. That's our super high-end luxury streaming device.
Gotcha.
These are made here in the U.S., I think, and the DAC chips on them are insane. We're talking about dual 32-bit, like 380 kilohertz support with 100 gig solid-state cache just dedicated to whatever is currently playing.
Right.
They finished that off with a 4 terabyte storage memory and a fantastic companion app for controlling it. It's very similar to J Rivers.
Yeah. Right. Not Rune. It's got its own like unique interface, but you know, pretty
It's
close.
called Conductor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Rune guy, but lots of people find the R-Render app plenty good enough.
I use Blue Sound, and I've
You
been
like the
pretty
Blue Sound?
happy with it. So long as I can get my MQA streaming through Tidal, that's
you
really
can.
all I need.
What do we have driving the Sonus Favors?
So this is kind of the top of the line audio research reference 160S. They also do make a monoblock pair
Yep.
of the same amplifier.
Yep.
We sold a few of them, but we find that a lot of people like the smaller footprint.
Mm-hmm.
So this seems to be the more desirable out of the two.
And power-wise, since heat-wise, it's probably enough power-wise, but not a ton of heat.
I really do like these open chassis style amps. They don't let you do this in Europe. In European markets,
You have
they
to
have to
cover.
have everything covered.
Interesting.
But they perform better like this.
Now you're using an older preamp here.
This isn't really in the loop right now. But
Oh, and it's an LS5.
we always have plenty of LS and SP series pre's.
That's always been my favorite. One of the best systems I ever heard was this, way back in y'all other store with Plinius and a Wadia digital and some Spendor speakers. I bought the speakers after listening to it, but this preamp is one I always thought was a diamond.
If you're looking for a no frills, pure analog preamp,
Yeah.
that's hard to beat.
Yeah, even today, yeah. And it's got the old toggle switch style, which is I prefer from audio research. But yeah, guys, you can't go wrong with an old LS5. It just doesn't. Does this one have a remote control or not?
No.
Yeah, that's the only problem nowadays. Yep, I wasn't as lazy as I am now. I couldn't do without a remote control. But back then, I lusted after that.
Well, if you have a nice app-enabled streamer,
That's true. You could
chances
just do
are
it
you can
there.
do it all from.
And this is the newest brand that you're doing is Moon, huh?
Extraordinarily excited to have Moon. I have personally sold it in the past, and I love this product. I have nothing but good things to say about it. If you're looking for something that's up there with Macintosh and audio research, but you need it to be solid state, this is the answer.
Cool.
The warranty is 10 years factory, and everything they make is hand built in Canada.
That's good to hear and support. I know Richard Gray lives here in New Orleans, and y'all have long been probably one of his first dealers, huh?
It's amazing. They sell Richard Gray Power Company in Dubai, Beijing,
Is that
and
right?
he happens to live here, and
Yeah.
he's our repair technician.
Is that right? Richard Gray, yeah.
Fixes a lot of our tube gear for us.
That's right, yeah. So, yeah, I've met him before when I lived here in New Orleans, and He had the company, then he sold it, but I think, is he back now somewhat with it?
No,
Okay.
he sold the company, and as a true testament to his designs, they have changed
Nothing.
very little.
Okay.
Mostly the case since he left.
Gotcha. I have his whole house circuit protector, the really industrial sized MOV that he came up with. Makes me sleep easier at night. So, yeah, these have been around, and y'all probably were one of the first dealers for him at the time. Of course, these are beautiful speakers. Hard to beat them. From a looks and sound perspective, Sonus Faber just plays everything so sweetly. Yeah. So we'll have to do some listening in a minute. Anything else to see in the rooms over here?
So, we kind of did a tour of the Magnepan room. Other than that, we're
What
gearing
is
up.
golden tube audio?
Mhm.
Huh. You don't see that very often.
It's kind of like Audionics, a good American brand that you just don't see too much.
Okay.
We're getting ready to install our own repair facility here at the shop so we can do more stuff in-house. And that's why we have our 5th room. We're going to convert it into our box room.
Gotcha. All right, guys. I'm gonna listen to a little music while I'm here, but definitely if you're in New Orleans, you want to check out Wilson Audio in the outskirts suburb of Metairie, but very close to New Orleans. So see you soon.